Now we've gone through graphing, so we know how to graph equations of lines, hopefully. We know how to find slope. So now we're going to do the flip of that. Now we're going to write the equations of the lines themselves. Okay? For your homework, the directions look a little bit confusing because they say, oh, write it in standard form, then write it in slope-intercept form. For best practice on your assessment next week, I'm going to have you always follow through all the way to standard form. So for your homework tonight, if you just keep working all the way through to standard form, all your directions in the textbook will be covered because some of them ask you for multiple points. If it just says specifically leave it in standard or slope-intercept form, then feel free to do that. But if you want to keep practicing to get to standard, feel free to do that. Because like I said, on the test, you're going to need to take it all the way to standard form. Okay? So when we go to write equations of lines, you first need to decide, what am I given? Where should I start? So for the first example here, it says find an equation of a line with a slope of 1/3. So my slope is 1/3. And it needs to pass through the point -2, 5. So I have a point and I have a slope. So which form do you think we should use? Probably a good idea, huh, guys? Point slope form is going to be our best case of action. So, point slope form, how do we use it? Well, we start out with a y, then we put a minus sign, and then I'm going to subtract the y coordinate of the point that's given to us, which is 5. Then I'm going to equal it to m, which is 1/3, parentheses, x minus a -2, which go to a +2. Good. Okay. Now we have it in point slope form. What if I want to take that from point slope form to slope intercept form? What are we going to do?
You gotta distribute.
Distribute. So let's go ahead and distribute. So 1/3 times x is 1/3 x. 1/3 times 2 is 2/3. Equal that to y minus 5. Still not there yet because I have a minus 5 attached to my y. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides, which gets me y equals 1/3 x plus, so 5 is the same as 15/3, so that would be what, 17/3? Okay, so now I'm in point, or slope intercept form. What if I want to take that to standard form?
Well, what you gotta do is subtract your x.
Standard form tells me I need to have both my x term and my y term on the same side with my constant on the right. So that means I am now going to move the 1/3 x over to the other side. Because it's a positive 1/3 x on the right, it's going to become a negative 1/3 x on the left. So I get negative 1/3 x plus y equals 17/3. Now, here are the rules of standard form. Rules of the standard. Number 1, you cannot have a negative x term. Do I currently have a negative x term?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm already breaking one of the rules. Rule number 2, I'll put it above here for people to see in the back. Rule number 2, you cannot have any fractions. Am I breaking that rule? Yes. So I'm breaking both rules of standard form. So,
First step.
I need to now decide which number. Can I get rid of this so I can move up here?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, let's give myself some space here. So we got negative 1/3 x plus y equals 17/3. So what would be a very smartly picked number Not 3, even better than 3.
No, I think it's 3.
Even better than 3. What would get rid of the negative also?
Negative.
A negative 3.
What I was going to do is 3 and then switch all the signs.
I know, but this takes care of it in one shot,
I guess.
right? So if I multiply everything by negative 3, then I'll get rid of the negative x term, and I'll get rid of my fractions. So I get x minus 3y equals negative 17. And there's my answer in standard form. Now, like I said, your textbook, I think a few of them ask for it specifically just in slope-intercept form. And then there's a group of them where I'll say, A, write it in standard form. B, write it in slope-intercept form. And I don't know why they have it in flip-flop form. But as long as you just work through all 3 processes, you'll have all the forms there sitting in front of you. Okay? So in this problem, they gave us the point. They gave us the slope. In this next problem, they're going to give us 2 points and no slope. Which means we got to find the slope because you guys are all now masters of finding slope.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you should be.
Rise over run.
So if my 2 points are 2, negative 4 and 5, negative 6, my slope is going to be negative 6 minus negative 4, so plus 4. 5 minus 2, so negative 2 over 3 is our slope. Now you get to play favorites. Which point's your favorite? 2, negative 4 you like better? Doesn't matter which one you use, you'll end up with the same answer. So pick one of the 2 points. And then we're going to plug this into point slope form. Take it to slope intercept form. Then we're going to take it to standard form. Okay, so point slope first. Y minus a negative 4, so y plus 4 equals negative 2/3, parentheses, x minus 2. What do I do next? Distribute. Y plus 4 equals negative 2/3 x plus 4/3. What do we do next?
So are you trying to get the standard?
Yep, we're going all the way to standard.
Also, after you get the slope, all you have to do is go back to standard.
Right. Once the slope intercept. Subtracting 4. So 4 is the same as 12 over 3. Common denominator. Don't be afraid to use your calculator. You can math frac that. 4/3 minus 12/3 is negative 8/3. So I get negative 2/3 x minus 8/3. So now I'm in slope-intercept form. What do I need to do to take it to standard form? Move it. So positive 2/3 x plus y equals negative 8/3. Which rule am I breaking?
Fraction.
Fractions. That's it. So what should I multiply everything by? 3. Good. So then my standard form will be 2x plus 3y equals negative 8. Okay? Okay, so before we get to parallel and perpendicular, I want to do 2 special cases. First special case is a slope of 0. Second special case is a slope that's undefined. So let's work through the 0 one first. So let's use these 2 points. 2, 5, and 1, 5. So those are your 2 points. What do you get for slope? I already told you what it's going to be. You get 0 over 1, which is 0, right? Which point do you like better? 1, 5? Okay. So when I plug that into point slope form, we get y minus 5 equals 0 times x minus 0. What happens when you distribute that 0? everything goes away on the right side of your equal sign.
Horizontal line.
Adding your 5 gets you y equals 5, which makes sense because when we have a slope of 0, that means we should have a horizontal line crossing over there. What do you notice about both your y values in your points? They are both 5, right? So, if you're smart enough, and you see right away I get a slope of 0, then in your head you should be thinking, wow, that's going to be a horizontal line. Horizontal lines do not cross the x-axis, so I don't care about the x term, or the x coordinate, not term. What's my y coordinates? 5, so it would just be y equals 5. So if it were me doing this, I would get my slope to be 0, which would be a red flag. Oh, look at my y's, and just go right to my y equals 5. Annie?
Wait, why is the x value 0 and not 1? Or,
Oh, sorry, it should be 1.
oh, okay.
I didn't do that right. I just knew it was all going to go to 0 in
Yeah.
my head. I was jumping the gun. Thanks. Okay? So now let's do one that's undefined. So it's a little bit trickier, because you can still plug into the point slope form with a slope of 0 and end up with your equation right here. When it's undefined, you're not able to do that. So let's do negative 3, 5 and negative 3, 7. So when you find your slope here, 7 minus 5 over negative 3 plus 3 gets us 2 over 0,
That's undefined.
which is undefined. Now I am not able to plug undefined into point slope form and try to solve for something like we just did in the last problem. So when you get that undefined, again, you should be getting a red flag, bell ringing in the back of your head saying, that's a vertical line.
Negative 3, negative 3.
What do my vertical lines look like? X equals something. What are my x coordinates of my 2 points? Negative 3. Guys, let's stop having a good time in the back of the room. Seriously. So x equals 3 is just your final answer.
Would it be different if one x value was different from the other? Like,
Then if you had different x values, then you would actually be able to get an equation. Yeah.
okay.
So if you have the same x's, then it's just x equals whatever it is. If you have the same y's, then it's y equals whatever it is. Okay? All right. So can we do parallel and perpendicular? One more example?
Sure.
Okay, so what do we remember about parallel slopes? So parallel slopes have the same slope. Perpendicular is what? Opposite reciprocals. Okay, so now what's going to happen is you're going to have to write an equation of a line that passes through a point. So find an equation of a line that passes through the point negative 4, 5, and is either 1, parallel to an actual line, or 2, perpendicular to an actual line. In this case, we're going to find both. On your homework, I think 63 and 67 are your parallel perpendiculars. 63, it's just specifically parallel. 67 is just perpendicular, so you don't have to do both in one problem. So I'm just condensing it here. So let's envision first what's happening here while you guys get yourself set up. If I graph this line really quickly and lazily, what's my x-intercept? 3. What's my y-intercept? 2. So I got this line, right? What I need to find is the equation of a line that passes through the point negative 4, 5, which is, let's say, right here. So if it's parallel and passes through that point, what should be true about the slopes of the dotted and the solid line? They should be the same, right? So the only thing I care about that solid line is what its slope is. Can you find the slope of that line? Hopefully. Let's go ahead and do that. So solving that for y will get me 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Again, I'm not even going to worry about that y-intercept because it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about it. All I care about is the coefficient in front of the x because that's your slope. So here's your slope. So that means my parallel slope should be what number? Negative 2/3. Good. What should be your perpendicular?
3 over 2.
Good. So my perpendicular slope should be 3/2. So now do I have a point and a slope? Yes. So my point given to me is negative 4, 5. So let's do the parallel part first. So using my point and my parallel slope, plug it into point slope form. Y minus 5 equals negative 2/3 times x plus 4. So you can beat me to the races. Take it all the way to standard form. Distribute. Gets me negative 2/3 x minus 8/3. Add 5, which is really the same as 15/3. So that gets me what, 7/3? So y equals negative 2/3 x plus 7/3. Take it to standard form, move your negative 2/3 x over. So 2/3 x plus y equals 7/3. I'm breaking the fraction rule, so multiply everything by 3. So my answer would be 2x plus 3y equals 7 for the parallel line. So that technically should be the equation of my dotted line here. For part 2, it says, well, I don't want my line to be parallel anymore. I want my line to be perpendicular. So now the slope's no longer going to be the same. It's going to be the opposite reciprocal. So the only thing that's going to change here in this point slope form is the negative 2/3 is going to go to a 3/2. So I'm going to erase all this. Erase that. And plug in a 3/2 there. And just do the same thing. So we have y minus 5 equals 3/2 times x plus 4. Distributing, y minus 5 equals 3/2 x plus, ooh, this is nice because it's not a fraction anymore. What is that, 6? Add 5, y equals 3/2 x plus 11.
Well, that's a question I do want to do.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be easier just to get rid of that fraction now instead of waiting until the end?
No, not necessarily, because if you, I mean, I don't know. It
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. If you do that, I mean, yeah, you could multiply everything by 2. Then you would have 2y equals 3x plus 22. And then you would move it over and have negative 3x plus 2y equals 22. Which still leaves me, I need to get rid of that negative.
So why did you, I multiplied by 2. I thought you multiplied by 2.
To get rid of the fraction,
Yeah, that's good.
right?
Yep.
So then change all your signs, right? So I should end up with a positive 3x minus 2y equals negative 22. Okay? Questions? So like I said, the directions in the book are a little bit confusing. Unless it specifically just says write in slope-intercept form, then you can just stop right here. But the ones that have like multiple parts where it says write it in standard form, then write it in slope-intercept form. Just go through all 3 phases, and then you'll have everything covered. Okay? All right, so if you'd like to use the last 8